All right, let's talk turkey. You know how sometimes you look back and think, dang, the signs were right there? This ain't about paranoia, friend. It's about spotting those little breadcrumbs. Before you find yourself lost in the woods, forget the fancy labels for a sec. We're talking real-world observations backed by how folks tick and some old-school Stoic grit. Pay attention, because this might save you a heap of heartache. And 1, that warm glow fades, emotional distance creeps in. Look, Stoics value detachment, but in a good relationship, unexpected coldness, that's a warning flare. A woman stepping out doesn't just flip a switch overnight. It's slow. Those sweet good morning texts turn lukewarm. Those long talks about nothing become quick uh-huhs and okays. Remember how she used to check in, laugh at your dumb jokes, or notice your new shirt? Poof! Starts vanishing. She might be sitting right there, but it's like talking to a ghost haunting her own life. Her eyes don't light up when you walk in anymore. They kind of slide past yours. Why? Because women lead with their hearts? If she's straying, her heart's often packed its bags, long before anything physical happens. That distance, it's how she makes sense of it to herself, avoiding the guilt of looking you in the eye while her mind's elsewhere. It ain't just tired, pal. It ain't the planets messing with her. It's emotional checkout. When someone pulls back like that, mentally or emotionally, it's usually because they're investing their chips in another pot. And when someone else is meeting those needs, you start feeling like a chore, not a partner. 2, where'd all her time go? Schedule becomes a maze. Time tells tales folks try to hide. Suddenly, her calendar's tighter than a drum. Late meetings, constant girls' nights, errands that mysteriously take half the day. Ask about her day, you get the fine, nothing much brush off. The details shift, but the story stays blurry. See, folks covering tracks don't always flat out lie. They bend time and details. You quit asking. You might hear lost track of time, phone died, or the classic, just needed space. A Stoic keeps his cool, no need to accuse, just watch. Like Epictetus said, impressions aren't proof, but they often point the way. She went to Target for 3 hours and came back empty-handed? Yeah, right, maybe she was test driving every cart in the place. Here's the kicker. They weave believable stories, just normal enough to slip past your radar. But it gets chillier. 3, Fort Knox in her pocket. Sudden privacy and phone secrets. Her phone used to be just a phone left lying around. Now, it's glued to her hand, face down, locked tighter than a drum. Go near it, she jumps like you tried to grab her purse. She smiles at texts you ain't allowed to see, guarding it like it holds state secrets. From a female psychology angle, this secrecy often screams emotional displacement. Maybe she ain't cheated physically yet, but emotionally, she's feeding a new connection and feels she has to protect it. Think of emotional cheating like the gateway drug. Starts with harmless chats, slides into digital intimacy, sometimes worse than the physical stuff. You ask to borrow her phone? Suddenly she's acting like you threatened national security, not because you're wrong, but because she's got something to lose. Your Stoic job? Don't panic, don't chase what's hidden. Watch the pattern. Jealousy clouds your thinking, clarity needs a cool head. But what if she ain't just hiding? She's rewriting the script? 4. The blame game shuffle. Gaslighting and psychological reversal. Gaslighting is the cheater's favorite magic trick. Makes you question your own sanity. She picks fights over thin air. Accuses you of being distant, insecure, or controlling while doing everything to make you feel that way. She flips the story so much you get dizzy. Suddenly, you're always the problem. This is psychological warfare. Projection. She's dumping her guilt on you so she don't have to face it. This stage is dangerous, partner. Not just to your heart, but your mind. Too much of this gaslighting erodes your gut instinct. When you stop trusting yourself, the betrayal hits twice. First through her actions, then through your own denial. Catch her whispering to a coworker at 11 p.m. Somehow you're the one apologizing for being insecure. Houdini couldn't pull that off smoother. She builds a funhouse mirror world where you're too turned around to see straight. Gives her room to keep doing what she's doing. When the guilt gets too heavy, she doesn't crack, she overcorrects. In 5, sweetness overload, unusual kindness, and over-affection. This one's the most confusing sign. She starts acting like Stepford Wife 2.0. More kisses, more compliments, surprise gifts, super attentive. Plans fancy dates, sends sugary texts, but it feels off, like she's trying way too hard. Because she is. It's guilt psychology 101. People overcompensate to keep seeing themselves as good. Women especially wrestle with that gap between what they did and who they think they are. So they try to balance the scales. She tells herself, if I'm extra nice, I'm not really the bad guy. She drowns you in attention, not out of love, but to wallpaper over the betrayal. Don't get suckered by sweet lies dressed up as affection. Like Marcus Aurelius said, the closer you get to the truth, the clearer you gotta see through the fog of feel-good. She goes from ice queen to cuddle monster overnight. That ain't personal growth. That's guilt wearing a mask. But the final sign ain't subtle. It's a cannon shot. 6. The preemptive strike. She ends it first or forces you to. Here's the final move. She'll bail before you can. She'll either cook up some dramatic reason to leave, paint you as the villain, or drop the dreaded maybe we need a break bomb. This is pure projection. She wants out but can't stomach being the bad guy. So she pushes you to end it, or stirs up chaos, till you retreat. Picks pointless fights, sabotages things, uses your insecurities against you. When you finally hit your limit and walk, she gets to play the victim. It's a slick psychological trick. Force the break, then blame the other guy. Don't beg. Don't bargain. A woman who wants to leave has already checked out emotionally. The Stoic way? Hold your ground. Let go with your head high. Let your silence speak louder than your pain. She drops the I need space nuke right after a mysterious weekend with the girls? Coincidence? Only if you believe in unicorns, buddy. Why do guys miss this stuff? Now you're probably thinking, how'd I not see? Here's why. 1. Love blinds reason. When you're invested, you see red flags through rose-colored glasses. Hope is a powerful filter. 2, we're taught to ignore gut feelings. Too many guys think suspicion is toxic or insecure. Nah, your gut's there for a reason. 3, cheaters don't look like monsters. They smile, they kiss you goodnight, they play the part perfectly. Until the curtain falls. Men miss the signs because we want to believe in loyalty. Trustin' feels better than doubtin'. But stoicism ain't about distrust. It's about seeing clearly, without the fairy tales. Be honest with yourself. Are you watching her actions or the fantasy you built about her? The signs are usually there. It ain't about being paranoid. It's about being aware. A wise man doesn't just react, he recognizes. A stoic man doesn't chase shadows, he observes. And a man who knows his worth, he doesn't beg someone to stay. He walks away with his dignity intact. If this rings any bells at all, do yourself a favor. Stay grounded, keep your eyes open, and maybe pass it on to another guy who might need to hear it. The truth might sting, but ignorance? That'll wreck you. Stay sharp.